Okay, so I'm here in MEXTESOL, Morelia, 2011, with authors of Richmond's new course for secondary, Next Step, Carol Lethaby and Simon Brewster. So I'll start with you, Carol. What trends have you seen here in MEXTESOL this year? Is there anything new?
Okay, well, I think the overwhelming trend that I'm sure everyone has noticed is the use of technology in education. Lots and lots of talks about different aspects of technology. But what I think is really interesting, probably more interesting than that, is actually now people are thinking more about how to use the technology rather than just, let's use some technology. They're really starting to think much more about how to use it effectively so that the teaching and the technology are working together. Right,
interesting. So it's much more focused than in previous years.
Yes.
The topic of technology, it's much more practical.
Yes, I think so. I think that people are really actually questioning, do I really need to use this technology? And they're actually thinking about how can it help me, how can it enhance the teaching, rather than just using it for the sake of using it.
Okay. Do you feel, Simon, that the teachers are getting practical ideas out of these talks on technology? Do you think they're actually implementing this in their classes, or is it going over their heads a little bit?
It's an interesting question. I think the makeup of the people that come to MEXTESOL is quite varied. There are lots of people who are very young, who are training to be teachers, who aren't actually teachers. So I think almost everything here for them is new. And obviously they'll be confronting some of these situations probably in the next few years. But I think it's good that they're actually being exposed to what are the latest ideas floating around. And I think also I've seen a kind of trend, because I went the conferences I've been to up to now, technology's normally been presented. I think Carol made this point in her keynote speech, as a kind of solution, as something that's kind of a no-brainer. And I think it's very easy to forget that a lot of people don't have access to all the technology. I mean, the lucky minority do. But if you consider that, whiteboards cost $2,000+, to equip schools with wireless technology is extremely expensive. This technology is not coming in uniformly. And where it is coming in, I think people are starting to realise, and it's been reflected in talks here, that it's a tool like any other tool, and that tool, you can have a bad class with technology as easy as you can with a book. And so we shouldn't forget, the principles of good practice just because you've got access to all this wonderful stuff, and it is wonderful, but it doesn't make good teachers necessarily. It's something that has to be looked at, chosen carefully and used in the right way, not forgetting that you have to have really techniques and plans and best practice as a teacher to do a successful class.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Continue enjoying MEXTESOL, and have a safe trip back to Mexico City and to San Francisco, Carol.
Thank you.
In your case.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you.